So for my talk, we're going to do the first session of this morning with the talks by myself on the linguistic profile of the Greek Cypriot parikia. Then I'll give the floor to Elena who's going to talk to us about the parikia. And then Elena with their talk on the use of Cypriot Greek in classrooms in Cyprus, and then talk about on translanguaging it in language and dialect. So I wanted to spend a few minutes explaining to you why we're here today. Now this is part of a research initiative at the University of Westminster. Whose aim is to look into ways in which we can transform the education and heritage languages, the community languages. So the main question that I asked in this project, which was funded by the British Academy through a Rising Star Engagement Award, was what can academics, skilled practitioners, and policymakers do? So what can we all do to improve the quality of language education that we offer to younger members of our ethno-linguistic communities? Now, this wasn't my original aim in getting involved with the Greek Cypriot community here in London. My original aim was through an earlier, again, British Academy funded project to look at how English affects the way the Cypriot Greek is spoken here in London. So how is it passed on from one generation to the other generation here in London? So originally, I became interested in things like this. So in a way, English words are borrowed into Cypriot Greek in London. So how, for example, landlord becomes olalos, how the cooker becomes buka, how bus becomes tobaso, and how naughty becomes onotis ke notis. Now these are interesting, and they have been documented by other researchers before. I was also interested in code switching. So this is the mixing of two languages in one utterance, in one piece of speech. So for example, this is from one of the first people that I interviewed as part of this project, who said to me, with a head on his shoulders. Επειδή όπως το ρώτησε σήμερα και μέρα η Τσέση και έπαιξε στον αέρα, κάνουν πολλά πράγματα που I don't agree with. This is very typical behavior for this type of speaker. Yeah, they have both languages at their disposal, and they mix them when they produce single utterances. Then I also became interested in those types of phenomena where you can see how the English has influenced the Greek in its grammar and structure. So, for example, how speakers might say, "Μ' αρέσει οι παραξενιές του κόσμου." These are all original examples. So, "Μ' αρέσει οι παραξενιές" instead of "Μ' αρέσουν" or "αρέσκουν μου" οι παραξενιές. So you see here how maybe the English "I like" people's peculiarities might have affected the structure of this sentence. Or things like "ανέσβεισες έπρεπες να μείνεις." Έπρεπες instead of έπρεπε. Because in English you say you had to stay. So you have the you there. So this person probably thought they have to mark this you on έπρεπες. Or things like πριν να μπει την Κύπρο μες στην Ευρώπη. Instead of πριν να μπει η Κύπρος μες στην Ευρώπη. Now these are all interesting, and I will look into these, but I started working and then I started doing interviews with speakers, and I started to get things like this. Έχει μερικές λέξεις που μίλαν η μάμα μου που είναι σωστά. So what does that mean? That words are not correct. So what does it mean for a word to be or not to be correct? Which is when my research took a slightly different turn, and this is what I'm going to talk to you about today. So just a brief background, I'm sure most of you will all know this information, but the UK is home to a very large Greek Cypriot and also Turkish Cypriot community. Now you will ask how large, and the answer is we don't know exactly. Because, for example, if we look at different types of measures, how can we measure the number of people with Cypriot background in the UK? We go, for example, to the UK census from 2011, and the UK census notes down around 82,000 Cypriot-born UK residents. This is the number only those residents of the UK have been born in Cyprus. So obviously second and third generation, so the children of those people who were born in the UK, or the children of those people, are not included in this figure. So, for example, the National Federation of Cypriots in the UK estimates that there are between 200 and 300 residents in the UK with a Cypriot background. Now, this might seem like a small community compared to other ethno-linguistic minorities in the UK, but if you consider the total population of Cyprus itself, which is somewhere in 1 million, you do realize that 1/3 of what is Cyprus is in the UK. And of that 1/3, the vast majority of people live in London and in the northern boroughs of Barnet, Enfield, Haringey, Camden and Islington. And there you see the percentages of school students in those boroughs who have declared Greek as the main language at home. So, for example, Camden in Enfield and Barnet would have 2.6 and 0.3% of students declaring in 2008 that they had Greek as a main language. Yeah. Now, if you consider that this counts around 100 to 150 languages, the percentage becomes even more significant. So, what do we find in this community? So, in this community, we find three linguistic systems, three linguistic varieties that are used at the same time. So, we find, of course, Cypriot Greek, which is only spoken and very rarely written. We see a few examples of when Cypriot Greek is written here in London. So this is used with family members both in and outside the house. We find, of course, Standard Greek, which is both written and spoken and is used in all formal aspects of community administration activity, so in the schools, in the media, in the church, in the High Commissioner's message, or the Archbishop's message in Greek. And of course, we find English. We find English being both written and spoken, and in interactions with speakers, both from outside and from the inside of the community. So English is used widely in this community, as we all know. Cypriot Greek, I said, is very rarely used in writing in London. In London, there are two main Greek newspapers, Parikia and Eleftheria, and they're almost exclusively written in Standard Greek, except for the old Cypriot word. And if we look, for example, at what kinds of words are used in this context, we see an example there on Eleftheria. Now, you pick this Cypriot word. That means, for those of you who are not very familiar with vocation in Cyprus, it means someone who's a hick, like from the village, very rude and not having good manners, a very bad word. And this is the word that is picked to describe the gentile Babylon. Or in the other example here from Eleftheria, Christos Avros, Apokaroin, Topografos. So you see the kind of domain of the Cypriot Greek dialect from which words are drawn to be used in writing. So obviously the villagey kind of countryside vocabulary. It is sometimes also used in television. As you know, we have Hellenic TV here in London. And if you follow that link, you'll see this show, Homogenia Evolopino. And that's the speaker there, the presenter of Homogenia Evolopino. And she introduces a new comedy show called N22, which is actually the postcode of where we are right now. And she says, today we're going to meet a new person from that show. If I ask you to guess which one of the two speaks Cypriot Greek and which one of the two speaks Standard, what would you say? You'd probably say that the presenter speaks in Standard and Fanula speaks in Cypriot Greek. Yeah? So why is it that if someone speaks Cypriot Greek, why do they need to be portrayed like this and to be described as someone who's a half-wit, basically? It's quite funny, you should watch it. Also quite educating as well. Now, what do we find in the community? So, these are data from Pablo and Pablo, who did a survey here in London in 2001, and they analysed the percentage of use of English and Cypriot Greek by adolescents between 12 and 18 years of age. And they asked about the use of Cypriot with different members of the family and immediate friends, so grandparents, uncles, aunts, father, mother, cousins, siblings, and friends. And the orange line is Cypriot Greek and the blue line is English. So what did we see? We see that youngsters in 2001 used Cypriot Greek almost exclusively with their grandparents, who most probably don't know good English or can't communicate effectively in English at all times. But with younger members of the family, like the father, the mother, and of course siblings and friends, the use of English is almost categorical. So what does this mean? This means that the dialect is in decline in the community, because fewer and fewer younger people know it, or if they know it, they feel comfortable to use it. And now in previous work, English was seen as the major threat to the vitality of Cypriot Greek in London, because a number of researchers identified that English is used at home quite a lot, that there are non-reciprocal interactions. This is the typical scenario where the parent will speak Greek to the child and the child will respond in English. So these are so-called non-reciprocal interactions. So there is what we say change in dominance. So the children become dominant in English rather than in Greek in the transition from the first to the second generation. But then I started wondering about the dynamics between Standard Greek and Cypriot Greek here in London, because I came across early references to the literature, like this one from Alexander from 1990, who said that the process of abandonment which is underway among the second generation leaves no space for optimism about the maintenance of the Cypriot dialect in the third or fourth generation, which is a conclusion that later research like Dr Petros and of course Pablo and Pablo also came to. Now, if we ask, how is Cypriot Greek viewed in London by the community? The received wisdom is that there are positive attitudes towards Cypriot Greek. That Cypriot Greek is viewed as a symbol of ethnic identity, of immigrant history, as a point of reference with a distinct culture. And these researchers concluded that English and Greek are not really competing because they fulfill different communicational needs in London. Yeah? So Greek is used for the home, and English is used for everything outside the home. So Pablo and Pablo even went on to say that there are no signs of negative attitudes towards Cypriot Greek, which UK Cypriots seem to master at higher levels than modern Standard Greek. So this is what Pablo and Pablo wrote in 2001. But what about the holiday experiences of UK Cypriots? So you know that a lot of younger members of the generation go back to Cyprus for the summer to spend time with their grandparents, and of course spend time in a place where the weather is much nicer than the UK in August. So Alamektis in 1990 found that when those UK-born Cypriots go back to Cyprus for their holidays, they are met with derision from Cyprus-born Cypriots because of the way they speak. Because if they speak English, because they're more dominant in English, they are accused of pretentiousness, snobbery. Who do you think you are coming from London to the village if I can't speak English? So when they try to speak Greek, then they are mocked and considered uncouth because they speak a much more old type of dialect, a more, I don't like to use it, a more practical type of dialect. This is in 1990. This is in 2017. This is Steve Georgiou. He's a Cypriot, a Greek Cypriot originally from Birmingham. And he has this very funny Facebook channel. He uploads videos. So now, crucially, he was born in London, in Birmingham or London, and he went back to Cyprus. So he's now in Cyprus. And he posts those videos about his experiences. So he has an video called Mafakai Glossus. So your tongue is, I don't know how to explain it, so there's something wrong with your speaking. And he says, now there's one sentence that I get every single bloody day, Mafakai Glossus. Yes, Sherlock Holmes, I know that I speak with a bit of an accent. There's no need to say the obvious now. I do find it quite rude, if I'm totally honest, as I never tell anybody that we speak English a little dodgy if they're from another country. It's a bit of a pain in the backside. Instead of appreciating that the opposite person speaks two languages, some individuals have to pick and probe at the faults. My blood pressure. So this phenomenon of British-born Cypriots going back to Cyprus and being mocked for the way they speak is still very much alive in there. And these are comments from a Facebook group called dialect, Cypriot Greek dialect. So someone wrote, I might be racist, but I can't stand the B instead of the P that Turkish Cypriots and English Cypriots use. So, and someone, a linguist replies, there's no reason to be to lose your nerve. It's absolutely natural for them to mix P and B because English and Turkish happen very similar. And then he comes back. I don't become angry about anyone's effort to speak my language. What annoys me is their insistence of some Cypriots to use the instead of the. You might have seen that the newly elected MP for Southgate and Enfield spells his name Bambos, with the word initial B. Yeah. So this is a phenomenon, linguistic phenomenon. Yeah, this is the way Cypriot is spoken and appreciated here in London. But this is the attitude that it's faced with. So I'm going to briefly present some findings from my own interviews about this topic. So, of course, in my interviews with second-generation Cypriots, it is found that Cypriot Greek is part of the identity of British-born Greek Cypriots. So Marius says, αρέσκει μου να μιλώ τη γλώσσα μου, να μην χάσω την ελληνική γλώσσα, να μην χάσω την Κύπριος, γιατί νομίζω αν χάσω τη γλώσσα μου, έτσι θα είμαι Κύπριος. I won't be Cypriot if I lose my language. However, when you ask them, what do you think of the way Cypriot Greek is spoken here in London? They all say it's chorkatica, it's villagey, and it's varita, it's heavy. So Kyriakos says, for me it's very clear, έχω τα κυπριακά σαν ένα χορκόν και οι Έλληνες να είναι ξέρεις που την πόλη. So the Cypriot is from the village, and Greeks are from the city. It's very clear to me. What's interesting though, that some speakers here describe Cypriot Greek in London as spasmena, broken. So broken Greek. So in English, when we say that a type of language is broken, it means that it has some features that are mistakes. Yeah. So, for example, broken English, it's a type of English that a lot of British people thought Jamaican English was like a collection of mistakes. Linguists don't believe that. So you might think, okay, this person here, that was just telling so possibly they might be referring to those transfer effects from English, yeah, when they say it was Naminis, Maresi, Paraxenias. Τα πολύ σπασμένα έχει τσι. So basically, what they label spasmena are not transfer effects from English, but are pure language channel features of Cypriot Greek. Monolingual Cypriot Greek speakers in Cyprus say Czech all the time. That's natural for Cypriot Greek. So why would something that is natural for Cypriot Greek be labeled as broken Greek in London? Very strong sentiments against this type of Greek. So this one, she says, well, I don't say Chegyo, let's put it that way, very clear. I never say Chegyo. What's interesting is, I should have included actually, before that, I didn't ask her if she says Chegyo. I tried to speak some Cypriot myself to familiarize, to change the situation, and said to her something like you need some time to speak standard Greek, I need some time to speak Cypriot. And I said, and from what I said, I never say this thing, what she just said. And I say, why? Because that's not correct. And I say, why do people say it? Because it's laziness. How can you be lazy to speak the language that you naturally acquired from your parents at home? So it later became very obvious that negative perceptions of Cypriot are found in the complementary schools here. So this is the experience of Skevi, a 36-year-old woman, who said that after moving to the taxi, I remember that in first class, άρχισα μια μέρα να πάω και είχε καρέκλα να κάτσω. Και της είπα της δασκάλας, and it looks αέρα. So basically the person says, I don't have a chair, yeah, and she uses that Cypriot Greek word αέρα. Και η δασκάλα κοίταξε με έναν ύφος, δηλαδή μου, τι είναι αυτό, chair, chair στα αγγλικά. So imagine this young student walking into what should be a safe environment, using the language that comes naturally to her, using a word that she believes is, she knows it, she's mastered the meaning of chair, tsaera, yeah, it means chair. And the teacher in front of everyone says, I don't know what you're talking about. What is this? Refusing her to come in and sit down. And then what does the student do? She speaks English. The teacher, of course, expected the student to say karekla. Yeah, as she says, but it's the same bloody thing. The same bloody object. But the teacher expected the student to use karekla. But the student obviously didn't know the word karekla, because that's standard Greek. So she instead reverted to English, chair. And then she reflected on this experience. Και ύστερα κατάλαβα εγώ τα κυπραϊκά που έξερα, που μαχά, ήταν βαρετά κυπριακά. So ύστερα κατάλαβα δεν ήταν σωστά, ήταν λάθος που μιλώ. So then I realized that I spoke in a mistaken way. Imagine how big an impact this experience has had on this woman who was 34 when she was interviewed. This happened when she was in the first grade, when she was 6. So how can she love her native dialect if the teacher at school says that you speak in a mistaken way? Now this isn't anything new, and we're here to say that this happens in Cyprus as well. What is a bit more worrying is that these attitudes have actually infiltrated the whole environment in London. So Stella says, we must μικροί, ήταν από το σπίτι μας, τους γονείς μου ήταν να μιλήσουν, with a Korean sort of accent. So once we had guests coming to our house, we would speak naturally with a Korean accent. Η μάμα μου ήταν να πει ένα σωστή λέξη τούτη, if we try to use it, and τούτη λέξη πρέπει να χρησιμοποιήσεις, ένα τούτη διότι είναι Koreanική. So when people come to visit, you're not allowed to use that word, you have to use that other word, because the one used naturally is from the village. So this is slightly worrying because it means that these negative perceptions have reached the home environment here in London. And then naturally, we have speakers like Kristalla who say, well, πολλές φορές, δεν θέλω να μάθουν τα ελληνικά που μιλάω εγώ, because it's not a perfect model. Και προτιμώ να ακούσουν ελληνικά, which is standard Greek. I don't want my children to learn the Greek that I speak. So you obviously don't want to give something to your child that we think is not going to be good for your child. Yeah? If you think that something is good for your child, you give it to them. You don't keep it to yourself or you keep them away from it. So to sum up, Cypriot Greek is an indispensable part of London's linguistic mosaic. As Ted mentioned, there are so many different languages spoken in London. One of them is Cypriot Greek, and it is still spoken. The community has a very rich linguistic repertoire. You have Cypriot Greek, Standard Greek, English. And members of the community draw from this to fulfill their community needs and to signal their identity as British-born Cypriots. However, there is a steady decline in the use of Cypriot Greek by the younger generation. And the dialect is threatened both by English and by Standard Greek. And when it comes to Standard Greek, this is materialized in terms of negative attitudes towards the dialect that are present in both formal and informal contexts within the community. So with these in mind, I ask, what to do next? So what do we want the future of Cypriot Greek to be in London and the rest of the UK? Do we want to ensure its transmission to new generations of British-born Cypriot Greeks? Or are we happy to let it give its place to English and Standard Greek? If we go for the latter, no further action is needed. Yeah, so there's nothing that we might as well go. But if we are for intergenerational transmission, what are the best ways that we can ensure the transmission of a dialect on an individual level? So what can we do on an individual level, on a family level, on a community level, on an educational level, and of course on a state level? I don't have the answers. We might as well use these during the roundtable discussion at the end of the day if we want to explore this option. That's all from me. Thank you very much.